Every year, 1,200 customers of the 15 largest business account providers in Great Britain are surveyed to ask whether they would recommend their provider to other small and medium-sized enterprises. And earlier this year, that survey ranked Starling Bank with the highest overall service quality compared to all the others. But is that the end of the story? And therefore all startups and SMEs should simply open a business bank account with Starling when they get going? Let's see what our own experience of using Starling Bank for our business banking has told us. Welcome back to the Basics of Business channel, everybody. And today our focus is on the business bank accounts offered by Starling and whether they are a good fit for your own business based on our own experience of using it. This is part of one of our series of videos where we look at 9 different business bank accounts that we have access to, comparing them across 6 different categories to see which one we consider to be the best. Because whether you're a limited company when you need to have one, or a sole trader when in Neil and I's view you should have one, getting a business bank account is clearly an early vital decision for any business, and one we want you to get right. Turning our attention therefore to Starling, the UK's first digital bank, getting its banking licence in 2016, and whether it is indeed the best candidate as suggested by the banking survey, there are clearly some very good and positive aspects to it. And number one of those simply relates to fees. Just looking through the list here, there are no monthly fees for the standard business account. There are free UK payments, free UK transfers, direct debits and standing orders, free ATM withdrawals. There are no fees for card payments and ATM withdrawals when you're abroad. There are Euro and US add-ons, but they come with a monthly fee. However, for general fees abroad, there are none when you're using the ATM or using the card abroad. There are no fees for depositing checks. So from a fees perspective, it is definitely a positive and something that is worthy of consideration compared to other offerings in the market, which typically come with either a one-off setup fee in addition to transaction fees or a monthly fee that is ongoing. Online services is another key differentiator for us, I think, when it comes to Starling. The app, in our experience, is excellent, and indeed looking at some of the Trustpilot reviews, which we did for a bit of research in this videos, it certainly seems to get a thumbs up from a lot of customers. Also, when it comes to their marketplace, it's called, which offers various integrations, I think it's a great example of where digital challenger banks like Starling are ahead of the traditional banks when it comes to their tech offering. Not only do you have the integrations with the standard accounting softwares like Xero and QuickBooks, there's obviously other links that you can have to productivity apps such as Slack, HR software, pension software, insurance software, and even legal software. So that's something that I think is definitely where it's a step ahead compared to other things on the market, and especially when it comes to the traditional banks. They do have their own online accounting software, which comes with a £7 per month charge. But when it comes to their own software offerings from any bank, to be honest, not just Starling, these are one thing that I think probably just ask people to be a little bit wary of, because obviously the banks are not specialists, I would say, when it comes to accounting software. And if you start to use them, you can get your internal processes and things tied in with using them, which then might not give you freedom to move as easily as you would want to, should you discover either a better offer with another bank, or you simply, the relationship with this existing bank breaks down. So that's something I'd certainly want to bear in mind when it comes to that. Credit facilities are another plus when it comes to Starling Bank. Being a bank obviously comes with that. You get the £85,000 FSCS deposit protection, but it also lets them, compared to e-money institutions, which can only be brokers, offer overdrafts and loans. Just checking their website again, the loans on offer are between 25,000 and 250,000. and overdrafts between 1,000 and 50,000, I think it is. However, there is the caveat to that you need to have been trading for 24 months to be eligible for that overdraft. And also there are no credit card facilities available with Starling, which compared to some of the traditional banks, if that's important to you, they do offer. However, with Starling being a bank, they do offer those credit facilities, which is to say the e-money institutions, given the way they're regulated, are not able to offer themselves and can only do through a broker. Earlier this year, also, Starling started offering interest on business account deposits. I think where it's over £2,000 at a rate of 2.5%. And at this point, combined with all these points, I think undoubtedly makes Starling Bank a good offer and something worthy of consideration for your business banking account. But however, it's not all positive, and there are certain things that we definitely like to point out and make you aware of before you make any further decision. Before we get on to those points, if you can, as always, if you can hit that like button for us if you're finding this video useful. Thanks for doing that. It is a big help if this video is adding clarity to your business and lets us know this is the sort of content you want to see. So once again, thanks very much for doing that. But as we say, Starling Bank, it's certainly not perfect. As I say, it's a good option, but it's certainly not perfect. And one of the elements where we found it something definitely worthy of note is when it comes to the ease of opening and the application process. On the website itself, it says it takes 10 minutes. For us, it took 45 minutes, and it took, as I say, it was slightly cumbersome, and I think could definitely be made a little bit easier. And as I say, when we just checked whether that was just our experience and looking at Trustpilot, there certainly seemed to be other customers who have found it a little bit of a laborious process itself. Saying that, we did have our account within a few days, which is definitely better. Which if you watch this channel and seen some of our other videos compared to some of the other offerings in the market. So it wasn't too long before we had our business bank account. However, the opening process itself, although able to do through the app, which is great, certainly took us a bit longer and wasn't as slick as I think it can be and is with other offerings on the market just now. Any regular watchers of this channel will also know that mandates are a big thing for us when it comes to business bank accounts. In our view, that as a business owner or operator, you should be able to grant any level of access to anyone you want as regards your business bank account to help you in whatever capacity that you want. With Starling, that mandate and giving that access is online, which is definitely a positive. However, it is limited to company directors only. So if you wanted to give an advisor, a lawyer, especially an accountant access to your bank account, which is something that we typically do and would want to do, that option is not available with Starling Bank because you can only give access to the business account to other directors listed at Companies House. When it comes to customer service, also it is 24/7, whether that be through the telephone or email or chat in the app, which is a definite positive. There are no branches. Starling Bank is a purely digital bank. Therefore, if part of your business banking, you're looking for the option to be able to go into a bank at certain points and talk to somebody about your business banking, that is not an option with Starling Bank because there are no branches, because being simply a digital bank, it is a purely online platform. So that's something definitely to bear in mind. Although the customer service is 24/7 through those channels that we've talked about, and in our own experience, we've had good communication with them when using it. There is that no in-person service possible if that is something that you think might be important to you. When it comes to cash deposits, also if you're a cash-heavy business, you can deposit at the post office, given there are no branches, into your Starling bank account. However, there is a 0.7% fee, I think a £3 minimum on every cash deposit. And so that's something to bear in mind. Even though there are no branches, you can't do it at the post office. If you're a cash heavy business, there are fees associated with that, as there are with all the banks and e-money institutions these days, because obviously they're trying desperately, I think, to try and move people away from cash. Additional points to note is One of the key things that also I think to bear in mind if you're looking at Starling Bank as a business account option is when it comes to eligibility. Sole traders, limited companies and limited liability partnerships, registered companies house can apply for a Starling account. However, all persons of significant control need to be UK residents, as do all the directors who are looking for access to the account need to be UK directors. There can be no corporate shareholders, and also the business can't be a holding company. As a holding company, you'll not get a business account with Starling Bank. There are also certain industries where you're not going to be able to get an account with Starling, and we'll put those up on the screen to give you examples of what those are. So if your business activities are related to those industries, as I say, you're not going to be eligible to apply for an account with Starling. So again, that is something to bear in mind, and just like I say, as an additional point to note if you are considering them. Looking at all that detailed information overall, based on our own experience and what we've talked through there, Starling Bank, we would say is definitely an option and something worthy of consideration for your business banking. They're coming on to the banking market in 2016 as the UK's first digital bank, as we said, has definitely helped improve things and been a catalyst for additional options for the SME banking market, which can only be a plus. They have won awards, numerous awards, and generally get positive reviews from their customers. And looking at Trustpilot, their overall score is rated as excellent, with, at the time of recording for this video, 4.3 out of 5 based on the over 37,000 reviews. Not all of these will be business account customers, however, I think that gives you a flavour that the reviews are generally positive. And one of the things also that we like, that even with the negative reviews that come, Starling are active on Trustpilot and responding to them, trying to explain what's happened or apologising for certain things happened, which I think is a good thing, and certainly something that we don't always see with public reviews for various banks and e-money institutions. That reply often doesn't come. So Starling doing that, I think, is something that's a positive from their perspective. Just make sure though that when you are making a decision when it comes to your business account, to take into account all the various features, positive and negative, and some of them might be deal breakers when it comes to you, and it's just important to be aware of all these things. And as we've talked about, we've done our overall review on the 9 business accounts which we have access to, looking at all the various aspects to them across 6 different categories to try and help you make the best decision. So we definitely encourage you to go and watch that after watching this video. So that's it for this Starling business account review. As ever, we wish you every success in your business journey, and you know what to do with those boxes on the screen if you like this video. Hope to see you over in another one shortly.